IU Athletics is lucky to have very good coaches, one of the best in the entire departments with us here tonight. Randy Bloemendaal of the men's tennis program. He's turned around this program in short order. And Coach, first of all, congratulations on an outstanding season a year ago where your team went 9-1 in Big Ten play, cracked the nation's top 25. How did you turn around this program bit by bit over the course of your tenure here?
There was no big secret to what we were trying to do. I mean, we were trying to change the culture through working hard, getting our guys to kind of buy into what they needed to do to improve each and every day. And I think, I had an older team to start with. All those guys kind of bought in initially, made the NCAAs that first year, and I think that made a big difference. And the recruits that came in had a lot to live up to, and now we're plugging away trying to get into the top 10 in the country.
You look at Wimbledon and the players are wearing white. It's kind of got a quiet please reputation. But you said a long time ago, tennis is a gladiator sport. You've got to be fit. You got to be ready to fight. And your team works exceptionally hard on strength and conditioning. And it paid off last year against Arizona, where it was the Wildcats that were cramping in the 95-degree heat and not the Hoosiers.
Yeah, we talk about that quite a bit with the program. We've established a fitness level that we've never really seen any of our players, go through something where they lose a match because of fitness, but we consistently kind of see the other teams go through that. And we had several alum come up to me after that match, and they were kind of amazed with that because we're out there in the desert, and it got pretty hot that day, and they had players that were, had lost their conditioning, and yeah, but that's happened many times. And I think going back to the gladiator part, yeah, that's something that, I think we take a lot of pride in, but it's more, we're trying to build the mind more than we are really the body, and, it kind of goes together, but it's led by the mind.
You look at college tennis and players who played in the NCAA and how they have performed at the professional level. Top-ranked American right now is John Isner. He played college tennis. Jimmy Connors, John McEnroe. You can produce great players through the collegiate system.
Yeah, it's the best amateur league in the world. I don't think there is a better league than what we have here with college tennis. I think year after year you've seen, some top 100, top 50 players come out of college. It's been a number of years where there's been a bunch of them, but in the last 5 or 10 years we've had, I think the last stat I saw was 15 players in the top 200 in the world. So that's pretty impressive.
Looking at your team, we'll go through a couple of the key players on your team. Isad Junot, he's a guy who's really made a jump this year.
Isad was a player that played very well at the bottom of our lineup for a couple of years. He's been working very hard, had an outstanding fall, could see him starting to make a jump. He came in January and started getting some marquee wins that really helped him out. And, he's really led the way and day in, day out in practice as much as in the matches.
Jeremy Langer, what does he bring to the table as a player?
Jeremy's a senior, and I think with all seniors, there's a leadership that they have behind the scenes. They've done it. They know what you have to do to be successful in the Big Ten. And, he's a player that's played #1 on the team, played #1 doubles and singles. And, he has the experience of beating some of the top players in the country.
And then Josh McTaggart, he's an interesting player in which he is able to manipulate the ball, offer a ton of variety, plays an interesting style, and he was the first Big Ten indoor singles champion IU has had since 1977.
Yeah, no, that's correct. He came in and immediately was winning. I think that's, we've tried to develop him in other ways to give him a little more game where he can play at the top, but he was able to win with just a little bit of game when he came in. And he's really come a long ways in the last couple of years. He's a junior now, and I think he'll be a major part of us making a push to win the Big Ten.
Indiana's had some of the most successful years in the history of the program, and your very short tutelage here. Is it starting to pay off on the recruiting trail?
Yeah, we ended up this fall with a 15th ranked class in the country, and the focus has been on trying to get players from the state of Indiana, and there's been some years where there hasn't been a lot of them, but in the next few years I think there is going to be some good talent that comes out of this state. And then after that we've we've had a lot of good players from all over the world, but we've got a connection at the moment in Canada, and we've got some of the top players from Canada. So I'm excited about that as well.
Again, a top 25 program, 9-1 in the Big Ten a year ago. A program truly on the rise here for IU athletics. Men's tennis, Randy Bloemendaal, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.